All right, let's get into everything you need to know about the world of crypto airdrops today, starting with the Wormhole or W token. So yesterday it was announced that the token is going to be available for pre-market trading on Bybit tomorrow. However, there was also an issue date included of 2024-03-19, so March 19. And Bybit has since deleted this date from their platform, but now of course the major speculation is that that is actually when the Wormhole token is going to be going live. It's been more or less radio silence from the Wormhole team since they announced the launch of the token. We still have no eligibility tracker or checker at all, and this is the most up-to-date piece of information that we have. So if you're waiting for the W token, it looks like we might have a couple weeks left to go, unless this was just some sort of typo error on Bybit's part. Next up, let's talk about PRCL, which is one of the best airdrop targets within the Solana ecosystem. And yesterday, they announced that their points system is coming to an end. The third and final season is almost here, and they announced some more details on how you can get more points and who is getting points boosts. Now, I'll throw a link to this stuff down below, but the TLDR of it is that people that have been loyal and trading on the PRCL platform are getting additional boosts relative to newer traders. So a consistency and loyalty snapshot was taken on February 23rd. So now you're going to be getting a 15% boost on your points if you have both of the loyalty snapshots. If you have only the most recent loyalty snapshot, it's a 5% boost. And if you have the HOA NFT, you can qualify for up to a 30% points boost. Now, they've also actually juiced the points that you get for specific activities on the platform, and actually opening up trades gives you 2.5 points per dollar per day multiplied by the amount of leverage that you use. So still, I think the best strategy to farm this airdrop is to trade on leverage and to open up delta neutral trading strategies, either by going long and short on similar real estate markets like Brooklyn and New York, or by going long and short on the same real estate market with different wallets. So this is all going live tomorrow, and then the duration of season 3 is going to be shorter than season 2, and this is the final season, which means the token is going to be coming basically within a month. So this is more or less the last call to farm the PRCL airdrop, because as we run out of time, it's going to become more and more difficult to rank up the leaderboard and accumulate good points. Next up, let's talk about ZK Sync. So OX Sebastian, or Seb on Twitter, is one of the main ZK Sync characters, and he is talking about the GRVT platform. Now, I've talked about GRVT before on my channel. You can sign up for their waitlist and you can earn these mystery boxes by participating in the raffles and by inviting other people. Now, the referral codes refresh daily and you don't get that many of them, so I'll drop a couple down below. But you should definitely go sign up for the platform and start collecting these mystery boxes if you can, because they have the ZK Sync logo on them, and now they've been promoted by one of the main ZK Sync guys. Next up, I wanted to briefly mention Lens Protocol. Again, I talked about it yesterday. It went fully permissionless, and in the first day, over 33,000 people minted new profiles. They generated also $250,000 in protocol revenue, which is insane. You have to pay to mint these profiles. And so if you haven't already done this, I think you definitely should, because for starters, it's kind of fun and you can mess around with it. It's a completely permissionless social protocol, and there's a bunch of different apps built upon it. But also think, if Lens drops a token, the Lens token, maybe people will get a share of the protocol revenue if they do that. I don't know, pure speculation. But regardless, it's definitely a good idea to mint one of these. Oh, and also it can help you qualify for the 20 Gitcoin passport score that you need to do to get proof of humanity on Gitcoin Passport. So having a Lens Protocol handle is pretty beneficial. All right, next up, I wanted to talk briefly about the StarkNet DeFi Spring campaign that's going on right now. You can earn Stark token rewards for providing liquidity, but now also for making swaps. And if you swap from ETH to Stark, or vice versa, so Stark to ETH, selling your airdrop, then you can actually get some Stark token rewards for doing that. And you just need to swap on one of these platforms listed here. And again, regardless of what you think about the Stark token airdrop itself, some of the incentives for providing liquidity and now for actually swapping, like selling your Stark tokens into ETH, are quite good. So if you are interested in participating in this, it's a reminder that these incentives do exist. All right, next up, we have to talk about this new announcement of an airdrop for Pi stakers, Celestia stakers, and Jupe stakers. So the ARC team announced that they're going to be airdropping 10 million tokens to stakers of these 3 crypto assets. However, the cutoffs were quite high. So you had to be staking 1,200 Pi tokens, 100 TIA, or be holding 1,200 Jupe tokens. So that is quite a high bar. The 1,200 Pyth tokens unfortunately did get me. The wallet that I'm using to stake Pyth only has 1,111. And of course for TIA, having 100 tokens is quite a lot given how expensive the token is. Because that's almost $2,000 worth of TIA tokens just to be included in this airdrop. So they are only dropping to the very top percentage of holders or stakers of these tokens. And so if you meet one of these criteria, congratulations, you're going to be getting this token. However, if not, I wouldn't despair because we've seen lots of TIA staking airdrops for people holding far fewer than that. And I cannot imagine that this is going to be the new norm moving forward because it would basically exclude something like 85% of holders and stakers of the tokens. Speaking of Pyth staking and Pyth governance, one thing that I recently was informed about, which is super cool, is that you can actually do batch voting on the Pyth network governance page. So if you click this button here, batch voting, you can select a bunch of proposals to vote for at once. Now, currently only one of them is live, but just yesterday, there was something like 15 or more different proposals that you had to vote on. And if you clicked on this batch voting button, you could select all of them and vote yes or no simultaneously. So if you've been staking Pyth to try to get airdrops and voting on governance proposals, then you can use this feature moving forward, which is cool. All right, next up, this is a piece of alpha from CC2 on Twitter because Zora has this little questionnaire form that you can fill out with your email address and wallet and could potentially qualify you for whitelisting some sort of NFT down the road, maybe help you get the Zora airdrop. So when you open up this questionnaire, you're gonna have to answer a bunch of questions, but let me just move this down here for you. You'll see that in the bar up here, the search bar at the top, there's a space for email and wallet address. So what you want to do is replace the word email here with your email address and replace Addy here with your wallet address after the equals sign for both of them. Then just go through the questionnaire, fill out all the answers to the questions, and then hit submit. And we'll see what happens with this one. It's kind of speculative, but you might as well go and do it. Okay, next up, I wanted to talk about the Carrick network because they recently launched, they're calling themselves a risk management L2, and you can currently bridge funds to them and start experimenting with this new L2. They've got an experience program on with early access bonuses. Now, I'm not ready to endorse this yet. I haven't actually bridged myself and I'm planning on making a video tutorial on it at some point in the next week or two, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention now because they do have early access bonuses. They've raised a decent amount of capital and they are backed by some of the biggest names in crypto VC. So in order to get in, you need an early access invite code. If I have any left, I'll drop them down below in the description of this video. And if you want to front run my actual tutorial video on this, make sure you do your own research and understand the risks of this before you just bridge over funds. However, and I hate to say this because I don't want to build up a false sense of urgency, there is a time-sensitive nature to this in order to actually get the XP boosts. Next up, there's an NFT drop from Consensus, which is the company behind Linea and MetaMask, and all you have to do to be notified of when it's going to be dropped is to just go here and enter in your email address. So you can just use a burner email address, throw it in here, and then you'll get a message when it's ready to be minted. For the Rainbow Wallet airdrop campaign, I haven't talked about this in a while, but right now on Warpcast, you can get some bonus points if you play this little game. And then finally, I wanted to briefly mention this. So Mute.io has just rebranded to Koi. So this was an announcement they were teasing last week. But if we scroll down into the details here, we see that there's some big events lined up starting next week and that there might even be something extra amazing at the end with a little airdrop emoji. So yes, the Mute token already exists. They're rebranding it to the Koi token, but just because a token already exists does not mean that there can't be an airdrop to people that have used this DEX. And this is one of the ways that I have tried to farm the ZK Sync airdrop by making swaps on the Mute DEX. I even bought some Mute tokens to pay for ZK Sync transactions with the Paymaster feature. So let's see what happens with this one and whether or not this airdrop that they're teasing is legit or if it's just going to be some random little incentives that don't amount to much. Anyways, that is it for today's airdrop alpha. Hopefully you found all this stuff useful, and I'm actually going to be going away for the weekend, so I might not post any of these alpha videos until Monday. but don't worry, I have lots of great content lined up to come out while I'm away anyways, including a full tutorial step-by-step on how to qualify for the scroll airdrop, a full tutorial step-by-step on how to make sure you don't get excluded from airdrops for being a Sybil, and also a couple of other things. So have a great day.